In our Good to Know video series, the SBW Berlin team has talked about university types found in Germany and how to find the right university or study program that fits your needs or how to apply to a university. In this video, we want to call your attention to universities particularly located in Berlin and Potsdam. But a word about Potsdam up front. Potsdam has great universities such as the University of Potsdam and the Fachhochschule Potsdam, which is the University of Applied Science Potsdam. But be aware that a commute from SBW Berlin to Potsdam is an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours one way if you are planning to attend a university there. Thus, we'll mainly focus on universities in Berlin. So which universities are in Berlin? Berlin has 4 big universities. Freie Universität Berlin, Humboldt-Universität zu Berlin, and Technische Universität Berlin form the Berlin University Alliance, and along with the medical school Charité Berlin collaborate on projects and interdisciplinary research. In fact, they are part of the Universities of Excellence and belong to the 11 German Ivy League universities. If you're interested in German Ivy League universities and the university system in general, watch our other video, Good to Know Universities in Germany. But let's stay on topic and talk about the universities found in Berlin. We've talked about the Berlin University Alliance. In addition to those universities, there are so-called Fachhochschulen or Hochschulen für angewandte Wissenschaften. These are also public universities and simply refer to universities of applied science. Most of the time, they are professional and practical oriented. The Berliner Hochschule für Technik, Hochschule für Technik und Wirtschaft, die Hochschule für Wirtschaft und Recht, Alice Salomon Hochschule Berlin, and the Hochschule für öffentliche Verwaltung all belong to the public universities of applied science. Some of them, like the Hochschule für öffentliche Verwaltung, which is the University of Public Administration, only offer study programs taught in German. That, by the way, also applies to some private universities, but more on study programs taught in English or German later. What other kinds of universities can be found in Berlin, and what about universities that offer creative programs? Art universities, such as the ones listed here, are also public. So most of the time, students only pay the semester fee to attend a study program there. But be aware that the application process is rigorous because just like the SBW Berlin Scholarship Program, these universities are highly competitive. While you need to check the requirements of the respective programs at those universities, applicants might be asked to submit a portfolio of their previous work, perform a piece of original work, and pass several rounds of interviews maybe. But again, it is best to contact the program coordinator or student advising office to find out more about the prerequisites and application process. This actually applies to any study program at all universities. So plan ahead and consider that applying to university program and our scholarship program takes time. For the sake of completeness, let's briefly address denominational universities, which are public universities of applied science that are church affiliated. While their programs are socially oriented, all of them are taught in German. Thus, we won't get into detail about them here. Last but not least, there are private universities in Berlin, and there are so many. So we just listed a handful here. Some might be accredited, and yes, most of the time they do have good contacts to the economy market. But remember, private universities in Germany are for profit. So these universities charge course fees and extra fees, including deposits, campus fees, and even retake exam fees and so on. So now we've talked about the universities that can be found in Berlin. Let's look at the study programs that are taught in English. And while the SBW team gathered some information on undergraduate and graduate programs here for you, you can also search for such study programs offered at a respective university yourself. It is so easy. We'll go to the Freie Universitäts website together in a second, but before that, we do want to quickly point out that some programs are just offered in German. That especially applies to undergraduate degrees. A bachelor program taught in English is possible to find, but most of those programs are either in German or a combination of English and German. But let's look at die Freie Universität Berlin together and see if we can follow the link and adjust the language on this web page together. I'll move this up a little bit. Okay, let's switch this to English. Although you can certainly search in German on your own, you would just go to Studium and then to Studiengänge. But we'll switch to English. We'll go to education and we'll go to the very first link, study programs. And here you actually see undergrad degree programs and graduate degree programs. And you see that both offer programs in English. So we'll click on the undergrad program, and now we see that there's actually just one bachelor program offered in English, but several master programs offered that are taught in English. And if we scroll down, we also see that there's something called continuing education. Those are continuing education master degrees that are often require a charge, and they cost something. So there's usually a course fee for those programs. But let's go up and let's actually see what we could do. We could actually go to one of these Master of Arts programs and find what we found on the webpage. So first we'll find information about the department. We find an email address. When you have questions about a particular study program, you can always write them an email or check out their homepage. If we scroll down, we find information on admission requirements, fees, subjects, and basic information. And that's, for example, one of the sources we used in order to compile our information sheet as well. So if you click on any of these, another scroll down menu opens up and provides more information. Here we see there are no course fees. If you wanted to know when the application is due, if you just go to the right side of this page, you also get information about the application deadline. But let's go back, because as I said, the SBW Berlin team already compiled some information for you, which we want to show you here. As well. And we also want to show you how to read that handout, which is available on our webpage and also up on request. We have randomly chosen one of the public universities of applied science just to help you to understand our handout. And this is actually the Hochschule für Wirtschaft und Recht, the University of Economic and Laws, that offers undergraduate and graduate degree programs taught in English. Here we list the subject first, followed by the degree and the language the program is taught in. And then we also list when the program begins. SUSE stands for summer semester, and WISE stands for winter semester. In general, more study programs taught in English are offered in the winter semester. There are actually about 83 in Berlin. And you also can see something highlighted in green here without NC. The NC stands for numerus clausus and refers to specific requirements or prerequisites that must be fulfilled when applying to a study program. And that includes a certain grade point average and so forth. So without NC, therefore, does not necessarily have any specific requirements. So you see that we listed 3 bachelor programs. They are all in business administration. The first one seems to have some kind of program restrictions and requirements, and we'll see that the program is taught in German and English. The yellow mark over here, the yellow highlight, suggests that it also has a summer semester. For the business administration with a focus on international and industrial management, we see that it's also taught in German and English. That's a bachelor, but it only starts in the winter semester. Then we have 2 master degree programs listed here: International Business and Consulting with a focus on HR management. Here we see that it starts in the winter semester. The same applies to the International Economics master program that also begins in the winter semester. Besides these, we also wanted to provide information on the continuing education master. We already have learned that such programs charge course fees, although they are being offered at public universities. Here's an example of such a program offered from the Alice Salomon Hochschule Berlin. And like our previous example, we listed the subject, we listed the degree, we've listed the language the program is taught in, the beginning of the program, and here we actually listed how high course fees or any other fees are. In this case, you see that a social work as human rights and profession does have a course fee of 9,707 euros plus a semester fee. So while the SBW Berlin team can certainly provide general information on a study program, we do recommend that you'll contact the student advising office, the international office, or the program coordinator of the study program you're interested in if you have specific question to a particular study program. So let's summarize this vlog. Good to know universities in Berlin or Potsdam. The SBW Berlin team provided an overview of the universities in Berlin and the study programs taught in English offered there. Again, Potsdam also has great universities, but the commute will be very long. Anyway, before applying to university, research the university and the study program you want to attend. And remember that this takes time, so do plan accordingly. Stay tuned, as always, for additional Good to Know vlogs by the SBW Berlin team on topics such as applying to universities using UniAssist and through the university portal, or an overview of the German university system in general, where we distinguish between Ivy League universities, universities of applied science, public and private universities.